Hi, this is Jan from New York City, and my channel name is Jan from New York City Saves Money. But I have a very special guest star today, and with me is Monica from the Vida Happy on a Budget and More channel. Monica, it is so nice to meet you in person. If there's anything that I love about what I do, I get to meet fantastic people in person. Thank you so much for being here. How are you doing today, Monica?
Hello, thank you so much for having me, Jan. I am so honored. Thank you. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Very excited to be in your channel. Thank you for the invitation. Thank you so much.
I am beyond humbled and honored. But first, we'll be back in 30. Isn't it funny to watch that countdown when you're on the other side of the fence?
Right.
But I also know this about Monica. She really prefers something over that. And I have to add it just for you, Monica. Yes.
I like
Am
it.
I correct that you love that intro?
Yes,
You're the one that pointed that out, right?
right, I did.
All
I
right, let's get.
am visiting New York.
Oh, very cool.
Thank
Okay,
you.
so we'll get started with a basic question. Basically, when did you start your channel, your YouTube channel, and what is your channel's mission?
Wow. I started my YouTube channel back at the end of October last year. So it's been about actually more than 3 months, about 5 months now. Wow, time flies. Time flies. And the purpose for my channel, the mission on my channel, I'll first say that my channel name, Vida, translates to life in English. So my channel name is Happy Life. And with that being said, again, my name is Monica, but I know a lot of people call me Vida, which is totally fine. I really think that is a beautiful word, a beautiful name, and I
Yeah.
don't mind at all. I don't mind at all.
I'm glad to hear that because I've been known to slip and call you Vida a number of times. I'm like, wait a minute, Jan. Her actual name is Monica, but I'm glad you're okay with it. They are beautiful names, both.
It is a
Are you
beautiful.
serious that your channel only started back in October?
Yes, October I opened the one channel where I meant to do Spanish and English videos because I wanted to reach both communities. And it kind of got confusing after uploading 2 or 3 videos. So I just went ahead and at the beginning of November opened a Spanish channel.
Wow. That I honestly, because the way you represent yourself on your channel, you come across as a veteran tuber. I say tuber for short. You come across as a veteran YouTuber. It's your channel is intriguing. And it's intriguing for me is because you show your humanity, you share the truth. But I don't want to give away too much information. Okay, so you want to start off your channel as a happy, positive channel is basically what you're saying is really a big part of your mission. Am I right?
Yes, correct. Well, my channel is mainly about personal finance, budgeting, and saving money, mainly on groceries, which I love to talk about saving
Oh
money on
yeah.
groceries. Love that. But the purpose for me opening this channel is so that people know that they can truly live a happy life. The name of my channel, Live a Happy Life with Less, because I also touch on my minimalism journey, which I really, that I am not a minimalist by nature, so I am on the journey, and I wanted for people to do that, to know that. But beyond all this, I truly feel that I have a life testimony that I need to share with people. And as you may know, and you've seen a few of my life stories this past month, since my birthday is tomorrow, I wanted to share with people because I figure that's part of an important part of my channel so that people know who I am
Yes.
and where I'm coming from. So you'll also find on my channel a lot of positive videos, motivational videos,
Yes.
and life stories. So
I love that. I love that. It's not just like stuck on one thing because everything accumulates into different areas. But in my opinion, it affects other areas. And
yes,
there's like a cause and effect. Well, why did that happen? And how much did I learn from it? And what can I give back to society? I really appreciate that and respect that so much about your channel.
and a
I'm
lot of
going to,
people.
yes,
I'm sorry. A lot of people. A lot of the times when you speak about finances and or
you,
you're a positive person on videos that you share, a lot of the times they wonder, well, where she probably never she's never been there or she's never done that. She doesn't know what she's talking about. So it's a little bit so that people know uh, a little bit about where I'm coming from.
that's a really good point because a lot of times you're backing up what you're saying with a statement and with proof. Because a lot of times people might say, "Well, what does Janet know about that?"
Mhm.
I mean, I grew up in the city. I know what life is like in the city. I'm very well versed on that. For me to get up here and say I know what it's like to live in the country would be a blatant lie. I do not know what that's like. So when I say Janet from New York City, blah blah blah, it's my perspective. It's really
Right.
good that you're sharing your perspective, and I appreciate that. I
Thank
must mention something. You have those series where you're telling your life story into little segments, and I always advise anyone that wants to view that make yourself a nice hot cup of tea or coffee. I mean this lovingly, and kick back, block out everything you are doing, make it your moment of time to kick back and really listen to Monica's story. That way you have a really even deeper appreciation. Do you know what I did the other day, by the way, Monica? I went over your story maybe 2 or 3 times.
Oh my
That's a
God.
lot of tea.
That's nice. Thank you. I
But it was
appreciate it.
fascinating to me because so much events happen and you say everything in consequence.
Yes.
You know, it's not like you're jumping from point A to point X to point T. Everything is in chronological sequence of your story.
And part of I did take some notes so that I could so that I can exactly mention them in order because I don't mean to be negative and I don't want my story to come as negative, but I did have a lot of positive things in my life, but a lot of them were negative, as you can see. But I wanted people to know that you can leave the bad baggage behind and you can still be happy. You can
That's
still get
right.
from everything. And at first, it wasn't going to be a series, it was just going to be one 10-minute video. And I started writing, but as I mentioned on one of the videos, a lot of times we block traumatizing events. So they started coming back. This actually also helped me. They started coming back to me in different orders, and I'm like, man, I'm already over here. So I'm like, I'm gonna break it down in 10-year segments because it's my 42nd birthday. So
Wow. Wow.
I
And by the way,
yeah,
happy upcoming birthday,
thank
unless I
you.
pass it up. Wait a minute. When is
Tomorrow,
exactly your birthday? Tomorrow?
yes,
Oh,
tomorrow.
happy birthday. And I'm airing,
Thank
we're
you.
recording this on a Tuesday, but I'm uploading this on Wednesday tomorrow on your birthday.
On my birthday.
Amazing.
I
Thank
didn't
you.
know this. Okay.
That's really unbelievable. So
And
let me
I'll tell
ask
you
you,
a funny story is that for many
sure.
years when I was little, I always thought my birthday was on the 30th. because my mom didn't have the date straight, and she always celebrated my birthday on the 30th. When I grew up, and as I mentioned, growing up, that's when I found out what being illegal was, what being homeless was, and all these things. That's when I learned, and I got a hold of my paperwork. I'm like, wait a minute, I am not 30. My birthday's not on the 30th; it's on the 31. So I'm younger than what I thought.
Well, unlike most people, you get to celebrate two birthdays.
I'm a day younger than what I thought.
Ah, well, we're glad you're here, no matter what the date. How's that? So, what was the most difficult financial challenge of which you have overcome?
So
I know it's a tough one.
yes, actually, I've been through many of them, but the one that really marked the before and after, I would say, was when I was homeless. And as I
Yeah.
mentioned on one of my videos, being homeless with a baby in Alaska, where I ran away from. I used to be in California, and I ran away to Alaska from an abusive relationship, and that was the hardest moment. Being homeless, not having food for my baby, not having money to buy him clothes in Alaska. So that was the hardest, and it really struck me for life. But I tried to make it and make a difference for him and for
That had
my.
to be scary, to say the least, because in a strange country, assumingly strange country, everybody's customs are different. How are you going to do whatever you need to do just to survive? I mean, folks, you have to go to those stories and really kick back and give a listen. One day you might consider an ebook. Just saying, just saying. Think about that.
I would like to. My dream is to write a book. Uh,
Oh,
just because I mean, even as long as these episodes were, there's probably 90% of my life story that is not included in that, and even more. But of course, it was censored because it's for YouTube and because I'm not ready to go into all the details. But in a book, one day I might, just so that people learn and stay safe.
absolutely. You know what it is, Monica? Yours is a story of hope, and your channel is a living example, and it's ongoing and it's continuous. And whenever anybody feels down or they think they can't do something, especially in the area of financials, head over to that channel and you will feel uplifted, and not just uplifted, but informed, taking power. What can I do? What steps I can take doing this? And that is what you outline. That's what makes your channel, in my honest opinion, stand out among the rest.
Yes, it's a
This is
step
my
by
opinion.
step.
I think I'm right. I think I'm right.
Thank you.
Let's see. Next question. Any advice for those digging their way out of debt?
Ah. First of all, I would say you have to be ready to make sacrifices. A lot of times we want our debts paid, but a lot of people are not ready to make sacrifices. And I've been there. I've been there. I've been in debt, but I wanted them to be gone, but I wasn't ready to make those hard sacrifices, to cut on things, to say no, to go here, or to get the cheaper brand over here, or to go without. So make sacrifices, I would say. Also, uh, teach yourself. There's a lot of ways you can learn now about finances. YouTube mainly, you can read books. So I really think you should, people, whoever's trying to get out of that should learn, make sacrifices, and go step by step because it's a long process, but it's worth it.
You're making an excellent point about sacrificing, and a lot of people want the end result, but they don't want to do what it takes to get there. Give me
Yes.
that end result now. But wait a minute, there's a step between point A and point C. And
Right.
that's where you come in, encouraging people. You inspire people with your channel's information.
Yes, and I've been there. I've been there. I've been through my mistakes, and I've shared mistakes on my channel. And not because you've made mistakes doesn't mean that you don't know what you're talking about. That's what makes you know what you are talking about. And everybody makes mistakes, but what the
Absolutely.
thing is to get up and continue on.
And by the way, Monica was on a recent interview on a live show on the How Debbie Saves channel. If you
Mhm.
missed that, I highly recommend that you check it out. And I'll link up that show in the description box below, along with Monica's story. I'm going to link that up too. So everybody could just head on over there and just slam it down, but bring your tea.
Thank you. That is so fun. That was a fun show. Yes.
Oh, that was lovely. I really loved it. This is a good question. Is it ever too late to develop good savings habits? I mean, I think some people like give up at the starting gate. What do you think?
I don't think it's ever too late. I know you might be used to doing things a certain way, but I really don't think it's ever too late. You can, it's to me, I think that it's always going to make a difference. You'll end up with a better result if you start at any time in your life, no matter what age you are gonna end up with a better result rather than if you never made a change or never started or never learned how to live frugally. So it's just better. It doesn't matter what
Never
age.
too late. Do you
Yeah.
start off with like percentages or whatever's left over, or do you start off with a plan? I know that's not in my scripted questions to you, and I apologize, but I
No,
was
it's
just
no problem.
curious because this just came up in my head. Some people need like a specific formula. Is there a specific formula?
You mean when I do my monthly budgets?
Yes, for saving in general.
Okay, the way I do it, and I haven't touched that on my channel just because I really need more time to record videos. But I have many topics that I want to touch on.
So we can look forward to this kind of situation in future videos. That's wonderful.
But
No,
also,
because some people need like blatantly direct direction. I don't mean disregarding your
what I
channel,
do,
anybody.
right? So what I do and what people can do is, again, as a lot of financial experts have said it, I'll say the same thing, and people might hate it. But you have to make a list of your fixed expenses, of your credit card debts, and all of that. I myself, at this point, know what my fixed expenses are, know my if I owe anything, which with credit card debt, I still use credit cards, but just to build my credit, because thank God I have paid that off. I still have a student loan that I have decided not to pay it just for now, even though I do have the money for it, but we don't know how things are gonna run this coming year. But so at the beginning of the month, actually towards the end of the last month, I I do the envelope system kind of and
Oh,
fix expenses. But what I do for my variable expenses, which is like my car that they're fixing right now, and any unexpected expenses, I do another savings with my taxes or any random income or like the fifth check that we usually get twice a year, and any extra income goes to a savings for variable expenses.
uh-huh.
Yes.
Okay, there you go. That sounds like a plan. I like that.
I don't plan on how to really answer that, but eventually you might see a video where I explain it better.
Oh, everything you've done so far, that's fine. Keep us posted. We're there. Do you
Sure.
have a fixed, let me read my own writing. Do you have a fixed weekly grocery budget?
I have a monthly grocery budget, which if you go to my channel, you'll find out a little more. It's
Yeah.
extremely low for living in California, and we're a family of five. My monthly budget is $300, and it's probably about 20% of what people usually spend around my area or people that I know. So that is my monthly budget for groceries. What I do, we have a gluten-free diet. About 90% of our diet is gluten-free. That could be pricey. What I do is 50% of that budget, I put it aside, $50 of that budget. I put it aside, and every 3 months we go to bigger stores like Costco or to buy big bulks of flour and stuff like that. So I save to about 150 or $200, and then we make that we make that big trip. But every month I spend $250 a month on my regular grocery haul. I do once a
That's
month.
amazing because considering, in my opinion, expense wise, and I've even said it to Patty from the Life of Patty channel, New York City and California, we're like financial cousins
I
in the
know.
expense arena,
Yes.
especially at the grocery store. So I really hear you about that.
So we
That's an amazing number to work with for five people.
yes, I do my monthly grocery haul, which is $150, and then the other $100 I divided into 3 weeks.
Ah.
So,
Like I said, everyone, more to come. You got to head over to the channel. Today is just a sampler. It's like buying a box of candy and trying one of the candies. Say, I really like this candy, but let's get over there and get the rest of the information, and you're
yeah,
just going to love
on
it.
my channel I share menu plans and also the grocery hauls. So
Aha, I love that. I love that. And I don't remember offhand. You could help me here. Do you upload how often per week?
I
Or
try
as,
to.
as you see fit?
I've been trying to upload on Wednesdays and Saturdays.
And this is why it's important to subscribe, everyone, to anyone's channel and press the bell to get notified. Sometimes things change. Yes, many times Jan from New York City uploads daily, but not always the same time of day.
Right.
That's why, like, well, people say, well, she uploads every day. I don't have to subscribe. Unless you want to miss out.
But it's actually nice to get the notification because
Sure.
if you love that YouTuber, as the ones that I'm subscribed to, I love them. When
Yes.
you get that notification, and if it's possible, I try to run within the first hour because I've learned this from other YouTuber advisors that the first hour that a video is uploaded, that's what actually YouTube looks at to recommend your video. So
It does. It determines a lot. If I see slow happenings on my first hour, then I know, uh-oh, it could have been better.
so that is the good thing. The a good reason to subscribe and hit the notification bell so that if you love that YouTuber, you can support them in that way.
Exactly. And we're going to move on to the final question.
Sure.
Managing time is as important, if not even more important, as managing our wallets.
Oh
Name
yeah.
some time saving tips for busy families.
Oh, I can share what has worked for me. Um, for me, as far as maintaining a clean house, for instance, is just clean as you go, especially with kids, clean as you go. And that way, to me, it's been very rewarding because if the weekend comes or my husband is off, I don't have to spend the day cleaning. If he says, well, now we can't go out a lot, but if he says, let's drive to LA for an hour or let's go over here or whatever, you're never going to hear me say, oh, I have to clean the house. You're
That
not.
makes a lot of sense because, let's put it this way, whatever the person's work week is, whether it's Monday through Friday or different days, by the time that person's weekend comes along, the last thing well, I'm thinking to myself, the last thing I want to do is just spend the entire day cleaning. Now that the weather's getting nicer, maybe I want to do something different, maybe go out and play frisbee or something like that
Yes,
and worry
even
about cleaning some other time.
that's true. No, I'm serious. And I mean, my house, I'm not gonna tell you like I'm a clean freak, but my house stays pretty clean and with kids, you know. I mean, they have their toys or whatever, but
Yeah.
you'll see me sitting outside with them. You'll see me walking around the neighborhood. You'll see me going to the park. When it's pool time, we'll go to the pool. And
Right.
I'm never gonna stay home because we have to clean. That is one main tip that I would think. And another one, two more that I can share with you.
Good. Good.
Um, I have a video on this. How what did I call it? How being lazy saves me time and money, which is the way that's what I called it, and which is the way I menu plan and the way I
Oh, I
grocery.
need to find that one and hook that up in my description.
Yeah, that's a fun video. So that's one of them, and also I do also have a video on how I use a time block schedule to organize myself. So
Yeah. Yeah.
and I think that really works, especially when you have kids, when you're doing homeschool, when you're doing YouTube, or when you go out to work to a job or anything.
Yes.
Having a block schedule has really worked for me.
It makes a difference. And in my case, I noticed this. If you wake up to chaos, now I've visited friends that have dirty dishes in their sink the next day, maybe. And I'm like, how do you, in my mind, I love my friend or whatever, but how do you leave dirty dishes in your sink overnight? To wake up looking at that, that's a bad way to start the day, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's like you don't even want to get out of bed because you have to go wash the dishes. I've been there too.
I don't want that greeting me in the morning.
That is true, but when you do clean as you go, when you cook, when you eat, and just
Yeah.
clean everything. When I'm bathing my son, that's the time to clean the bathroom. You know, he's in the
Yeah.
bathtub. He wants me to be right there, so we're talking, messing around, and I'm cleaning the bathroom. But
Oh, well, that's absolutely wonderful. I can't believe it's almost a half hour. I want to thank you so much, Monica, for being here. I really appreciate your time. Monica, from the Vida Happy on a Budget and More channel, if there anything else you want to add to this?
thank you so much for having me, Jan. I really wish that your subscribers love my channel and they join me. I am here for them, and
I
hopefully,
feel this way. They are the ones that's going to benefit. Well,
uh,
it's nice to see our numbers go up, sure, but they're the ones that's going to benefit. That's why I like to put wonderful folks like you. I
oh,
remember finding Debbie when she was at 10 subscribers. I saw her
oh,
do a video from a car. I was a number 11
I
subscriber.
remember that video. Her videos are
Yeah.
great.
So I have a show. I do it. I should be doing it more often. The Tuesday Practical Video Show. I gave it a shout out. I said, this lady has to be known. I feel the exactly same way with you. Look at where Debbie is now. In a couple of hours, we're going to be watching her live. Remember, this is a
Yes,
pre-record. So if you hear this on Wednesday, her show occurred last night.
yeah.
So we're all here to help each other. That's the bottom line. We want to give the viewers information. That's
No,
my channel's mission, to
you
help save money, time, effort, energy, and even sometimes sanity.
you have a great channel, and I'm honored that you invited me. I love just listening to you. Your broadcast, I just love.
Oh, thank you. Did you know that I just recently started a podcast?
Oh wow,
It can
no,
be heard on Spotify. I
I
give quick
didn't know
songs.
that actually. I don't really know how to listen to podcasts, but
Oh,
I'll.
that's okay. That's okay. It's on Spotify. And I should link some of that up in the description box too.
Yes,
I'm going to be linking a lot of things up in that description box.
yeah, it'll be
Well,
helpful because I usually just use YouTube to listen to people, but it'll be helpful if you link that.
oh, thank you so very much. It's been an honor and absolute pleasure. This is what makes me want to keep doing this channel, meeting folks just like you. Well,
Thank
in the meantime, this has been Jan from New York City with Monica from the Vida Happy on a Budget and More channel. Please tune into her channel. I'm going to give you the links below. Everybody have an amazing day. Thank you so much, Monica. You
thank
take
you.
good care. Now, don't run away, Monica. After I click the end button, you stay put. Bye
Okay.
bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Bye bye. Take care.